just got here to Belleville, Illinois. I'm picking up here. A little tight. Just going to Middletown, New York. Hopefully you can see here. Said to strap the load, so I had to move this over a little bit. It's obviously boxes, so you don't want to damage any, but that's as good as it's gonna get there. And then these, you know, these ones should be okay for the run, so there should be okay there. You know what? Just in case, I need to get another strap for this bottom one, because sometimes when you have a drop and hook, you lose your straps. So even the ones that I buy, you lose them. But I need these straps back. So I don't know what they're gonna do, because nobody's reimbursing me the $30 I spent to get these straps. $30 a strap. So we're just starting. I just got my reset back. Just fix these a little better. That way they can withstand. Yeah, nobody's gonna reimburse me my money back. Feel much more comfortable about that now. So just strap it, and I'll run this whenever there's a sensitive part like that box. I'll run that just like that, just to protect it. That's good. All right, got the seal, paperwork. So they closed the door wrong. All right, seal it up. It's going to Middletown, New York. There you go. And I got a load going from the same place coming back to Illinois. Not this same spot, but somewhere else. So I need a load that's gonna get me back home. So this morning, let's talk about a little bit of tire inflation, okay? Last year when I was going down to Texas, I had a blowout, which was completely my fault. I was with a different carrier when this happened. And due to tire inflation, right? A lot of you guys like to kick the tire, shake the tire, smell the tire, roll the tire. It ain't worth it. Okay? Get a tire gauge. I don't know if I have one. I have one on the side of the truck. Get yourself a good tire gauge and check the pressure with the gauge. That's the only one that's gonna give you the best reading, most accurate reading. So get yourself a tire gauge, right? They have those little fillable things you hook up to your glad hand to fill your tires up. It's about what, maybe $1 or so. I'm sorry, not $1, $30 and $50 if you want the expensive one, which one I have. And fill your tires up, man. Take care of your tires. Making sure that even, I mean, 5 or 10 PSI difference, that can cause long-term wear on your tires. So, well, I got my load, guys. I'm going to Illinois. Today is the 12th. It's around 6:30, 6:40, 6:50-ish. It says 6:49. I just got here to my delivery here in Middletown, New York. I have been here before. Just a heads up for anybody that delivers here. Sometimes, okay, they'll have you deliver over here, but they do have another Frito-Lay location. It's about 3 miles from here. If I can find it, I'll put it inside the little bubble or something. I'll put it up there. But yeah, I just got here to my delivery. He's gonna unload the trailer that I have and reload that trailer with my load I'm also picking up here, going back to Illinois. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. Some people have asked me about my light that I have on my front of my trucks here. Somebody asked me about it at the truck stop. Told him to give me a follow, look me up. This is the light. It's an Optotronics LED, the best light in my opinion. I had bought one off of Amazon and it filled quicker, you know, than the Earth did during Noah's Ark. It filled up so much with water. I mean, it was basically, you know, a sunken ship after about 5 minutes. I went through a pretty bad storm down in Louisiana and it just flooded it out. So this is an Optotronics LED turn tail parking light. That's what I have on the front here. Amazing lights. Runs about $85 a piece. Yeah, a little expensive, but totally worth the investment, especially if you want to add lights here. On the Kenworth, they have these little fender lights, which is fine. This is for added safety. I have one in each side of my bumper. They call them lollipop lights. With this light, somebody can easily see that I'm going over. Somebody can easily see, you know, it's for better visibility for them, especially when it rains. I eventually want to put one of these on my back by the sleeper. That little fin there, I want to get another set and put a set back there. Again, just for safety and for visibility. That way any four-wheeler can see me and they can't say, oh my gosh, I didn't see he was getting over, he hit me, blah, blah, blah. It's all about CYA and safety. So if you want to look at these, they sell them at the TA. The part number is STL52ARS, and I'll also put that in a little bubble. We made it here to my delivery. I delivered my load earlier, and that load went to a Menasha. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. It's some type of packaging place in Belleville, Illinois. I did go there, drop that load off. I thought it was a live load for 9 o'clock in the morning, and turns out it was just a drop and hook. I stayed at the Pilot for about roughly, give or take, 14 hours because I thought it was a live unload, sorry. Turns out it was a drop and hook. And then my next load that I picked up was in North Aurora, Illinois, and that's gonna take me to Bedford, Pennsylvania, which is roughly 3 hours from my house. I'll head back to the house and call it a week. You know, this was also a live load, but actually a drop and hook. So it's just a little hard to plan, you know, your week when you think it's a live load or you think it's a drop and it, you know, it actually isn't. Or you think it's a live load and it isn't, right? We all have to plan accordingly to our week, to how we drive, to how you run. And it's just a little difficult to do that with stuff constantly changing. I mean, I'm happy that it was done. Can't complain about that, but my original plan was for it to be a live load, which then is going to affect a little bit of my decisions and going home and stuff like that. So that's it, man. You know, it's been a pretty good week, actually. Nothing too crazy happening this week. All the loads for once, besides these two, the deliveries, but besides that, everything has been great. The loading has been great. I don't know what's going on. You know, I might have a positive turnaround coming here soon. It's working so far this week. I am very, very much missing that split brake still. I promise I won't focus on that too much, but it still bothers me a little bit. It is what it is. You know, nothing I can do about that. But in the meantime, I am working on those numbers, getting those numbers out for you guys. Remember, you know, maintenance, 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 maintenance. Snow, winter season is right around the corner. Start doing your preparations for that, buying up on your fluids, buying up on your wiper blades, buying up on your de-icer, right? You want to get that stuff right now when it's fairly cheap and not wait last minute to buy it when they raise the price on that stuff. So you want to go ahead and start getting some of that stuff now. Snowshoes, tire chains, if you chain up. That's about it. This load is going to a Bedford, Pennsylvania. It's going to a Walmart, and I will be dropping this off tomorrow. Usually they force you to drop and you have to take an empty there at that Walmart. They will not let you drop your load if you do not take an empty. Note for all you JB Hunt guys. But besides that, APU went out. I'll be making a little bit of a video on how to fix that again. And I'm gonna be doing some brake work. If not the end of this week, the beginning of next week, I'm gonna swap out my brake drums and brake pads on the front steers, and I'm also gonna change my brakes in the rear brake axle, the rear axle. I already swapped out my middle axle earlier in this year when my brake chamber locked up, screwed it up. So I got those changed, so I'm gonna swap out the other ones here before we enter the winter season. And while I do that, I'm also gonna swap my steers. So I'm gonna take one of my passengers to drive and do a swap-a-roo on it, and hopefully to even the tread wear on each side, because you know, some tires just, you know, you can't help it, they get a little bald spot, and I'll show you that. Welcome. This is just a little extension of the blog. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will get back to you guys as quick as I can, right? Let's go ahead and start here. So I got Hanover, Pennsylvania to Austin, Indiana, and that paid me $964.20 for 490 miles. I'm sorry, 570 miles. And then I went Louisville, Kentucky to Topeka, Kansas. That was 573 miles. And that paid me $931.41. And then I had St. Joseph, Missouri to Middletown, Delaware. That was 1,134 miles, and that paid me $2,221.31 to the truck. Total for the gross was $4,116.92. Total fuel that I used was $1,819.74, which was horrible. This was not a good week. They decreased the price a little bit in that load from Austin, Indiana. I'm sorry, Hanover to Austin, Indiana. They lowered that price quite significantly over the past couple months. It used to pay at least $1,400. Now they lowered it to about $900. So they lowered it quite a bit. But yeah, that's about it for that week. And then the week before that, the week prior, was a good week. It's been a while since I ran a week like this. to be honest, and that's sort of why I'm on this wonderful, magnificent Wednesday morning. I just dropped off my load in Austin, Indiana at a Morgan Foods. They're not too camera friendly, so I could not record that, but I will post the rate down below. I arrived here at GE Electric in Louisville, Kentucky. You can say hi to Luna. She's there looking at me. I just got here and the load has been loaded onto an intermodal trailer, which really we're not supposed to be able to pull. I'm trying to get them to let me pull it. If they won't let me pull it, I will end up losing this load and screwing me up. So I'm trying to see if they can let me pull it. I've done intermodal before for JB Hunt as a company driver, about a year ago, 2 years ago, actually probably like 3.5, 4 years ago. So I've done intermodal before. I can haul those containers going to Missouri, but I'm waiting here to see. I talked to my coordinator to see if they can get me approved for it so we can take this load and head on out. This load's supposed to be taking me to Missouri, and then I'm picking up out in Missouri, bringing back to Delaware, and I should be back by Saturday. So I'm trying to see if they'll let me haul it, and we'll go from there. I'll catch you guys once I hear something back. So it just got back to me here, and gonna be taking this intermodal container, bringing back the glory days a little bit. I haven't hauled an intermodal container in a little bit, but it's all muscle memory. So we're good to go. We're gonna head out of here from the GE, and I'm going over to Topeka, Kansas. I love hauling doubles. I love breaking a set, making a set. It's a good little bit of a workout, and it's just nice to do, you know, have a little bit of variety in your day. So that's what we're looking at. I'm dropping this, and I've got to go pick up. That's an all-day pickup, and that load is going back to Delaware. Excuse me. So that's about it. I did want to talk to you guys. I've been looking at possibly investing into a newer GPS. I have this Randy McNally. I am a little bit, you know, now I wouldn't say old-fashioned because I'm young, but I still use an atlas to plan my loads out before I go anywhere, and I think everybody should. But this is an Overdrive 7. I believe it's the 10-inch one. I have no issues about this GPS, but the only thing that I don't like is that the sound is very low. I can barely hear anybody, you know, when it speaks, the directions. I can barely hear any of that. I don't know if there's a way that I can make that sound get louder. I used to have a Garmin, and that thing would just scream at me. You know, U-turn, you know, turn here, turn there. This thing is so quiet, I have to turn my radio off in order for me to hear it speak. So I don't know if you guys have suggestions on what can I do to make it sound louder without, I don't want to plug any cords in. I don't want to have to put an auxiliary cable from there to there. I don't want to have to do that. What can I do to be able to make this thing louder? You know, because this one's just not working, right? I need to be able to hear it. I was a little struggling, you know, in the beginning buying a GPS because I really didn't want to depend on a GPS. But at this day and age, they're so far advanced. I love the Garmin. I could just tap things with my phone and put the directions on there within seconds. This one is a little bit more difficult. I also don't like that you need internet in order to have access to the traffic incidents or traffic in general on this one. Whereas to my Garmin, my phone data alone was enough to get me those incidents and the accident reports straight to my phone, to my GPS. So don't know what you guys are using. I would love to know. I'm gonna go ahead and take out Luna right now. You know, if you can see Luna. Luna, Luna, you want a treat? You want a treat? She's in a little crate because I'm trying, you know, she's still a little small and I am shifting and stuff, so I don't want her to get caught anywhere. So I have her in this little crate, and then usually when I stop, I let her run around, take her for a walk. You know, I'm still building that bond with her. But, you know, so far so good. She is truck trained, which is great. So that's about it. I'm gonna take her for a quick walk, take a couple of pictures of this Air Force One plane that's directly behind me. Shout out to all those guys that served in the military. I have huge respect for you guys. Doing today, I'm not doing so well. I'm on my way to Delaware, and as I was driving this morning, my truck popped up with this 10-minute regen, which normally it does. I did a couple last week and it worked fine. Came over to the shoulder, save a space I could find to stop, and it is stuck in this regen. It will not let me complete the regen. This has happened before in the past, and this is a costly repair if they cannot fix it with the scanner tool. I was going to invest in one, but decided not to, because I said, you know, what are the chances this is going to happen again? And here I am roughly $8,000 later, and here it did happen again. I will be very frank with you guys. If they cannot fix it with that scanner tool, this is it. Just got back here to Clario's in St. Joseph, Missouri. Seems to be a drop and hook deal here. He gave me this trailer number to pick up, 801-307. It's roughly 5 o'clock. I'm just, you know, the whole drive, I want to change my brakes out on my truck. Last year I was driving when I was with Schneider and my brakes locked up. So I changed my brakes on the middle axle, but never changed the ones in the back or in the front. So that was about $2,400. You know, that's something that I could have did. So I'm definitely trying to do it myself this time around. It's all about saving that money, you guys. All about saving that money. I can't stress enough. I mean, hey, you know, if you don't got it, you don't got it, right? If you can't do it, you can't do it. But man, the name of the game is to save money. So that's what we're gonna try to do. And my trailer is 801-307, which is this trailer right here. So I'll catch you guys when I get hooked up here. You guys have ever been here to this truck stop? Let me see if I can get the name of it for you guys. Straight across the street from this Pilot, it's AC&T Fuel Center in Hagerstown, Maryland. I usually come here when I'm passing through. They got great amount of food for a nice price, and I get to let my dog run around a little bit. So yeah guys, I got here. It's raining, a lot of rain. I'm taking here my 30-minute break. I was able to get my thing fixed, the truck fixed on the side of the road, thanks God. And we're gonna be rolling up here shortly. I'll catch with you guys once I'm done eating. Give you an update on what happened with the truck and what we're looking forward to later on down the road. So I'll catch you guys once I get to Delaware. On this week, I had Belleville, Illinois to Middletown, New York, and that was 940 miles. That paid me $2,418.65. Then I got a load from Middletown, New York to Bridgeview, Illinois, 770 miles. That paid me $1,343.30. And then I got a load from Aurora, Illinois, going to Bedford, Pennsylvania, 589 miles. And that paid me $1,543.10. That brought my total gross revenue to $5,305.05. 2,300 loaded miles, 2,600 total miles. So that's including deadhead, empty, etc., out of route miles in that as well. My total fuel usage for this week was $1,696.23. I used about 429 gallons, which brought my miles per gallon to 6.1. They were extremely heavy loads that week. Well, this week, depending on how you look at it, because this is pre-recorded. And the average cost of fuel was $3.94. So I pocketed this week roughly about $2,300. I did run extremely hard to get this done, and it was by means, you know, no easy task to get done. As I tell you, JB Hunt, they have good fuel discounts. I don't have an issue with their fuel discounts they give out. Their toll program, which I do want to correct myself, as far as what I can see, at JB Hunt, we have a setup toll system where we pay like $125 to $175 a week for your tolls, and then they would just charge you that fixed rate. Whereas to my understanding,
anybody else coming to JB Hunt will have to pay their tolls as they go. They will no longer be offering that program to pay your tolls as you go. I'm sorry, to pay the fixed rate of like $150, $175 a week. Instead of paying all your tolls, you just pay $175. But instead of that, now you will pay as you go, which is more of a traditional measure that almost every other company uses. And I did make a comment a couple months ago to the other drivers that I was expecting that to get taken out, because it's just not profitable for any company to pay tolls for drivers. If you're not company drivers, that's a different, scenario. But to cover tolls for, I think, 1,500 drivers that are independent contractors, they say, it's just not profitable at all. So I definitely saw that coming, and I'm not really worried about it. So might have to change your technique a little bit, not run so much the heavy toll roads and run down south and loop around to try to get away. Instead of going directly to Ohio, how I like to do, I might need to take a load from Pennsylvania down to Charlotte up to Ohio, take West Virginia, bypass some of those tolls. There's tolls in West Virginia, but they're nowhere near as expensive as that Pennsylvania Turnpike, I can tell you that. I live in Pennsylvania, and that Turnpike is a disaster when it comes to tolls. So that's about it, guys. That's the Sotoman update. Like, comment, subscribe, you guys. You have a comment, you have a question, I'm working on getting my email set up for this. Any questions about the runs, any question, if you're looking to come to JB Hunt, as I always say, I'm not a recruiter. I'm not going to tell you to come here. If you want to come here voluntarily, you can come. It might work for you, it might not. That's your choice to make, not mine. I have no issue with the management. As I will repeat and always say, there are good people working in this company. That's about it. I will be making another video shortly, and look out for the next vlog. And that'll be it, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care. I'll send prayers your way, and I hope you send prayers my way. God bless you guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.